Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya.
Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya.
Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya.
Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya.
Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya.
Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya.
Om Ajnanathmirandhasya Gnananjanashalakaya
Chaturmukha Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha. Namaha Om Vishnupadaya Krishnaya Gurave Srimate Bhakti Vedanta Swami Namine. Namaste Saraswati Devi Gauravani Prasarine Nirvishesha Gunyavadi Paschatya Deshakarine. Jai Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhara Srivasadi Gaura Bhaktavrinda. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
My humble obeisances to all the devotees. Today I was asked to speak on the importance of cultivating determination in the path of Bhakti. Bhagavad Gita, Krishna tells all of us, the second chapter, Vyavasayatmika buddhir ekeha kuru nandana
Vyavasayatmika buddhir gurunandana
Bahushakhayanantascha buddhayo vyavasayinam.
Bhaushaganatasya buddhayo vyavasayinam.
Vyavasayatmika buddhi means one-pointed intelligence, determination, focus on the target, on the goal. What is the goal of a spiritual seeker? What is the goal of the sadhaka? Krishna Prema is the goal. Developing that innate love for Krishna is the goal. Dedicating oneself, one's mind, one's heart completely to the service of Krishna is the goal. Developing that sincere, selfless spirit in our service to Guru, Krishna and Vaishnavas, that is the goal. Transforming our character from selfishness to selflessness, from hatred to love, that's our goal. So if these are our pure goals, these are our great aspirations, we need to follow the process with great determination. Without determination, we cannot attain goal. Even in material circles also, somebody is doing their studies. If there is no determination in that studies, then they will not clear the exams. They may have to repeat the academic year once again. I don't know about the education system here. But at least when we used to go to school, when somebody fails in the exams, they are asked to repeat that academic year once again. Very severe. But as we moved ahead in our education, some other concessions are given. Okay, fine, 1 or 2 subjects are pending. While attending the next year of the course, you have to clear the backlogs parallelly. So many methods. Basically, when there is no determination, we cannot complete a task. Whether it is material task or spiritual endeavor, determination is must. That's why Krishna said, Vyavasayatmika buddhi ekeha kurunandana. One who is determined in one's efforts, endeavors, they have one-pointed attention towards the goal. Ekeha kurunandana. Oh my dear Arjuna, son of Kurus, ekeha. Just one-pointed attention towards the goal. But one who is distracted, Bahushakha hi anantascha buddhayo avyavasayinam. One who is not determined, his mind gets distracted towards many other things. Right? Just imagine you are going to a shop to purchase something specific, a pen or a pencil or a book or a dress or a laptop or a mic, something. You went to the market to purchase something specific. Then your goal is clear. You will go and then purchase that only. Even if you get distracted a little bit here and there, okay, my main purpose is to see this. I have come to purchase this. But if there is no goal, just enter the supermarket. What you want to purchase? Just want to explore what's there inside. You'll be distracted by everything. When we are not determined for anything, we will be distracted by everything. Right? When we are not determined for anything, we will be distracted by everything. As simple as that. Therefore Krishna says, have one pointed attention on your goal. Just imagine somebody is being pulled in 4 different directions. 7th canto of Srimad Bhagavatam gives this analogy towards the end. So man's hand is cut, man's hand is tied to one rope, another hand is tied to another rope, one leg is tied to another rope, another leg is tied to another rope, and 4 people who are sitting on horses are holding these ropes. And these 4 people are trying to drag him in 4 different directions. What will happen to his hands and legs? He'll be ripped apart. Right? 4. There's a painting also, you see. 4 or 5 senses. So, but if he is seated in a chariot, and the chariot is going in one particular direction, then there is some safety for the body and there is some purpose in his movement. But a movement in multiple directions will take us nowhere. A movement in one direction takes us somewhere, whether it is slow or fast. But if you are very determined to move in the direction, clearing all the obstacles, then you can definitely go to the destination much faster, right? Very, very effectively. So, determination is important. How to cultivate determination? That's the question now. How to cultivate that one-pointed determination? Yesterday we discussed Shadvidham Priti Lakshanam, means 6 kinds of loving exchanges amongst devotees to improve one's friendships and relations. Right? Today, from the same Upadeshamrita, we can recollect another shloka. Utsaha nischaya dhairya tattat karma pravartanat. Utsaha, enthusiasm. Nischaya dhairyat, determination and patience. Right? So we need to have enthusiasm and determination coupled with patience. Somebody is very over enthusiastic. Somebody is overly determined to finish it. He has no patience. He becomes very impatient. Right? Yeah, when will I get it? When will I get it? Relax. You will get it soon. Determination does not mean impatience. And patience does not mean complacency. Sometimes we equate these terms. Determination means impatience, passion. Okay, let me finish fast. The quality is compromised. If you are making idli, if you are determined to finish it in 5 minutes only, you open it and it is kacha. It's not properly cooked. You should allow the steam to completely cook the idli so that it becomes edible, not just kacha batter, right? So patience is required. But in the name of patience, we can't be very lazy. Aram se karenge. Why? What is so hurry? Class mein suna tha. We have to be patient. Patience does not mean being complacent, being lazy, being too slow. So we need to have proper balance of determination and patience. That's why he said, Utsaha nischaya dhairyat. Tat karma pravartanat. Means whatever is required for bhakti, whatever are the prescribed practices in the sadhana bhakti, we need to do all of them with proper patience. Right? So let's discuss some stories from Bhagavatam and Chaitanya Charitamrita in connection with this theme of determination. We understood the importance of determination, But to actually cultivate determination, one effective way of cultivating determination is to hear the pastimes or the stories of those great souls who demonstrated determination in their lives. One of the foremost examples of determination from Srimad Bhagavatam is Dhruva Maharaj. Prabhupada writes, Dhruva Maharaj was a 5-year-old child, 5-year-old boy. Anyone less than 5 years here? If you are above 5 years, those kids who are playing there. They are less than 5 years? What's the age? 4. 4. 4. Dhruva is senior to you. They are senior to Dhruva in terms of age. Anyways, so Dhruva was 5-year-old child. His mother told him, Tvameva vatsashraya bhritya vatsalam mumukshubhirmrugya padabja paddhatim ananya bhave nija dharma bhavite manasyavasthapya bhajasva purusham. Vatsa, my dear son, Tvameva vatsa ashraya bhritya vatsalam. You are Vatsa, my son. But you should take ashraya of Krishna, who is Bhritya Vatsala. I have some Vatsalya towards you because you are my Vatsa. Means because you are my son, I have some motherly affection for you. But Krishna's affection is the combined affection of millions of mothers put together. Therefore, you take his shelter. Ashraya Bhritya Vatsalam. Krishna's, one of the qualities of Krishna is Bhritya Vatsala. Means one who is very, very affectionate and loving towards his devotees. Affectionate towards his devotees. Mumukshu bhirbrugya padabja paddhatim. This paddhati of taking shelter of Lord Vishnu, Lord Krishna has been followed by so many great souls who aspired for liberation. Mumukshu bhirbrugya padabja paddhatim ananya bhave nija dharma bhavite manasyavasthapya bhajasva purusham. Very important word here, keyword. Ananya bhave. Anya means something else. Ananya means nothing else. Ananya bhava means your bhava, your emotion, your focus must be completely fixed on Krishna and should not get distracted or deviated towards anything else. That is called ananya bhava. That is called determination. Ananya bhave nija dharma bhavite. You perform your nija dharma. There are so many dharmas. So we have to follow that dharma. Whatever is prescribed dharma for us, we have to follow that dharma with ananya bhava, without any distraction in the mind. Right? With full determination. Manasyavasthapya bhajasva purusham. And what is that dharma? She clarifies. There are so many dharmas. There is varna dharma, there is ashrama dharma, there is samanya dharma, sadharana dharma, there is apad dharma, there are kutumba dharmas. So many dharmas are there in this world, but of all the dharmas, the supreme dharma is to establish Krishna in the heart and worship him without any distraction or deviation. With complete determination, we need to worship the Lord. That's the supreme dharma of every single living being. Right? Who says this? Bhagavatam says this. We are quoting from 4th canto, but the 1st canto Bhagavatam says, Savai pumsam paro dharmo
Savai pumsam paro dharmo
Yato bhakti radhokshaje
Yato bhakti radhokshaje
Ahaituki apratihata
Avaituki apratihata
Yayatma suprasidati
Yayatma suprasidati
Savai pumsam paro dharmo. The paradharma, paro dharma means the supreme dharma of every single living being is Yato bhakti radhokshaji, performing bhakti unto Lord Adhokshaja. And that Adhokshaja bhakti or Vasudeva bhakti or Krishna bhakti must be performed with a determination, without any motivation. Ahaituki apratihata. Ahaituki means without any hetus, means without any ulterior motives, agendas, selfish desires, personal attachments. No. Selflessly we have to perform bhakti. Then second point is apratihata. Apratihata means without any interruptions, without any inconsistencies, without any irregularities. That is determination basically. Having devotion is great. Having detachment is great. Ahituki refers to detachment. Bhakti is devotion. Ahituki is detachment. then apratihata is determination. Right? When our devotion is endowed with detachment and determination, then yayatma suprasidati, then the heart is completely satisfied. Right? For complete satisfaction of heart, we need to perform bhakti without any inconsistencies, means with full determination, and without any material motives, means with a selfless spirit, being detached from any kind of other motives. Then heart is completely satisfied. And that worship must be done towards Krishna. Right? So this is what Bhagavatam says, determination. So Dhruva Maharaj heard this suggestion from Mother Suniti, and he went to the forest. And he was fortunate enough to get some advice from Narada Muni. Narada Muni told, my dear child, you should go back home. You are such a small child, you should not even differentiate between what is respect and what is disrespect. You are claiming that your stepmother has disrespected you. What do you know about disrespect? Okay, she must have scolded you. Fine, no problem. You may be little sad, you have cried for 5 minutes, fine. You should play. After 5 minutes you should play. Maybe at least the next day you should start playing. Why are you holding that grudge in the heart so much? It's not worth it. Go back home. He said many things. But Dhruva is very determined. He was extremely determined. No, you are giving so many instructions that are meant for Brahmanas. But I am a Kshatriya, my blood is boiling. I am very much determined to attain a position which is superior to my great grandfather Brahma. Why? Why such a desire at the age of 5? Do you know what does it mean? Whatever it means. I was not allowed to sit on my father's lap. I was not allowed to sit on my father's throne. So, I have to prove myself. I should sit in a position which is superior to my father, superior to my grandfather, superior to my great-grandfather Brahma, and basically you should create a new position for me. Who is Dhruva's father? Dhruva's father is Uttanapad Maharaj. Uttanapad Maharaj's father is, anyone knows? Swayambhu Manu. Swayambhu Manu's father is Brahma. Brahma's father? Garbhota Desai Vishnu. Right? So Dhruva is saying, I want a position superior to Brahma, superior to my great-grandfather. Father is Uttanapad, grandfather is Manu, great-grandfather is Brahma. He wanted a position superior to it. Who is there in the superior position? Vishnu is there. No one else is there. Basically, he wants Vishnu position. Right? Not that he wants to become Vishnu, but I want a position which is even better than Brahma. There is only Vishnu there. There is no one between Brahma and Vishnu at that time. So, ultimately Lord Vishnu gave him his own loka. Okay, come to Vaikuntha. Anything above Brahma loka, there is only Vaikuntha. Come to my home. Come to Vaikuntha. And we will call it Dhruva loka for your pleasure. Right? We have attained that. So, Dhruva loka is none other than Vaikuntha. Vaikuntha loka. So, because Dhruva had such great determination, that determination attracted the attention of his guru, Narada Muni. Narada Muni was impressed with Dhruva's determination. Actually speaking, Dhruva had a material ambition. This is not ahituki bhakti. Dhruva's bhakti was not ahituki bhakti, but it was apratihata bhakti. Right? He had complete determination, full consistency. Yes, whatever process you may suggest, I will follow it with full consistency, with full sincerity, with full might. My absorption in the process will be perfect. Don't have any doubts about it. But what is the motive? You forget about the motive. What was the motive? His motive was material. 3 aspects of his material motive. Number 1, he wanted a position superior to his great-grandfather Brahma. That is material. Material position. He is aspiring for a material position. Second, he wanted to take revenge on his stepmother. Third, he was envious of his stepbrother. In all 3 ways, his motives were very material. It's not ahituki bhakti. But once he received the abhideya, the process of bhakti from Narada Muni, he instructed, go and meditate on the Lord. Go and chant the holy names of the Lord. Chant Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. and he sincerely followed the process. There is apratihata. There is apratihata, there is no haituki. But that apratihata bhakti, determined practice of bhakti, eventually brought in that ahaituki flavor also. Within 6 months of apratihata bhakti, Dhruva's bhakti became ahaituki also. Right? Means because of his determined practice of bhakti, his motives have been purified. So, although we may begin the practice of bhakti with some material expectations, material agendas, selfish agendas, still, if we sincerely practice bhakti, the process of bhakti will purify our motives. Therefore, sincerity and determination are required. Does it make sense? Very important point. Therefore, we prioritize chanting the holy names of the Lord consistently. Oh, I am chanting just to clear my financial problems or health problems or just some peace. Many people approach the Lord with material motives. Krishna speaks about 4 types of people, right? In the 7th chapter of Bhagavad Gita. What is that? Chaturvidha bhajante mam janaha sukriti arjuna arto jignasuratharthi gnani cha bharatarshabha. Artha bhakti is those who perform bhakti just to relieve themselves from distresses. Artha bhaktas. Artharthi, they want money. Jignasu, they are very curious, inquisitive. How Krishna is like this? Why Krishna did this? They are curious about material things. They show that curiosity towards spiritual things also. That's all. Gnani means they are little wise people, right? But all 4 are not pure devotees. Gnani is better than all of them, but there is something called Ananya Bhakti beyond this. Ananyaschinta yanto mam ye janaha paripasati tesham nitya abhiyuktanam yogakshemam vahamyaham. That is called Ananya Bhakti. They are much higher. But these 4 people have some kind of expectations from the Lord. That is not ahaituki bhakti. But still, even if such people approach the Lord with some material motives, eventually the material motives are cleared and purity will manifest, provided there is consistency. Therefore, consistent practice of bhakti is important. Determined practice of bhakti is important. Sincere practice of bhakti is important because the process will purify us. The process has some potency. Even if our motives are impure, intentions are impure, when the process is sincerely followed, motives will be purified. Actually, Vishwanath Chakravarti Thakur writes in one purport of Srimad Bhagavatam, Sakama Bhakti doesn't exist for a longer time. Sakama Bhakti is a mere phase in the spiritual journey of a living entity. As soon as there is bhakti, Sakama will disappear, bhakti will remain. Sakama Bhakti, okay, he is Sakama Bhakta. Oh, really? Okay, let's see. Let's understand his realizations. You go and take a podcast with him. By the time you take a podcast, Sakama is gone, only Bhakti remained. Right? Because Bhakti will purify the Sakama tendencies. If somebody approaches the Lord with some material motives, but sincerely practices Bhakti, material motives will disappear, Bhakti will remain. We have seen in Dhruva. Dhruva wanted position, power. He wanted to take revenge. Like a Tamasik or Rajasic Bhakta, he wanted to take revenge on his stepmother. He was envious of his stepbrother. He wanted a position superior to his great-grandfather Brahma. But because he sincerely practiced Bhakti, his Sakama tendencies are cleared. In fact, he felt very repentant. He was guilty. My God, why did I hate my brother? Why did I want to take revenge on my stepmother? Why did I aspire for a position superior to Brahma? What kind of desires am I having? Oh, he was feeling very regretful. He was ashamed of holding such desires. Narada Muni told me, but I never listened to him. He felt ashamed. But still, although he had such material motives, Narada Muni encouraged Dhruva Maharaj to perform bhakti chant Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya, mainly because Narada Muni saw the spark of determination in him. Therefore, even in our preaching efforts, don't expect selfless spirit in people who are trying to connect. If they have some spark, of some determination to do some seva, chant some rounds, even with material motives, encourage them. Bhakti will clear. Don't think that your preaching will clear their motives. Their process, their practice of bhakti will clear the motives. Right? We think that I have to first intellectually convince him. I have to make him selfless. Once he becomes ahaitika, then he will do bhakti. First do bhakti, then ahaitika will come. Right? So let there be consistency first. Even if motives are impure, still the process of bhakti will transform that character of a person. Gajendra, for example. Gajendra was an example of Artha Bhakta. Artha Bhakti means he is distressed. Those who approach the Lord or go to temple in Aarti, they break a coconut, they offer bananas, they lit 2 agarbattis and put it in the banana, and they do some pradakshina, parikrama around the temple 11 times or 13 times or 21 times or 108 times or whatever. They do Sashtanga Pramana, all that they will do just to relieve themselves from distresses. Right? Or some people may not do all that, they just go to temple. Mandir gaya to shanti milta hai. There's so much of pressure and stress in my life. If I go to temple, I'll get some relief, I get some shanti. That's their motive. Artha Bhaktas. Okay, at least for that purpose, let them come. By exposing themselves to the glances of Krishna, they will be purified eventually. So we need to have confidence in the path of bhakti. All bhakti requires is determination. Determination. By the way, even if our motives are good, yes, Rajesh Prabhu, this is for you. I'm expecting who is the king of Vrindavan. I asked him, what's your name? He said, Brajesh. What's the meaning of your name? He did some research and came back to me after half an hour saying that Brajesh means king of Vrindavan. Oh. Then who is the king of Vrindavan? He said, me. How are you the king of Vrindavan? My name is Brajesh. I said, you are living in Wellington. How can you claim yourself to be king of Vrindavan? And he is still doing research. Right? You are doing research. You found out who is the king of Vrindavan? You found out who is the king of Vrindavan? No, not yet, right? He'll figure out. By the end of the class, he'll figure out. At least from Sanskrit, he came to Telugu, he came to English. From Brajesh to he came to Vrindavan, king of Vrindavan. Let him figure out who exactly is that. Anyways, so coming back, we are not determined to complete the topic. Brajesh is distracting us. So, Gajendra was a devotee who surrendered to the Lord with Aarti, in some distress. He began his prayers. He struggled for 1000 years, then he took shelter of the Lord. Yes, I think I cannot save myself from this crocodile by my own strength. I need a superior strength, and somehow by the inspiration of the Lord, he offered prayers to the Lord. And he began prayers with a motive to relieve himself from the jaws of crocodile. But by the time he completed some prayers, some 20-25 shlokas, at the end he said, my dear Lord, even if you relieve me from this crocodile's jaws, I will not live in this animal body which is filled with ignorance anymore. So, my understanding is, your real blessing on me is not relieving me from the jaws of this crocodile, but relieving me from the jaws of ignorance and false ego. There is a transformation in his understanding, right? Earlier he wanted protection only from the crocodile, physical protection, bodily protection. But now he wants something more, that is liberation. Or liberation from ignorance, liberation from false ego. So bhakti will relieve us from unnecessary motives. Sincere practice of bhakti, determined practice of bhakti will purify us from bad intentions and poor understanding of the tattva. That power bhakti has, provided we practice with determination. Dhruva practiced with determination. He became completely purified. That's amazing. Similarly, in the Chaitanya Charitamrita, we discussed a couple of examples from Srimad Bhagavatam. Let's go to Chaitanya Charitamrita. We need to have a parikrama of all the scriptures. Then we'll understand that there is a consistency in the principles of bhakti across multiple scriptures or multiple cantos of Bhagavatam. What Gita said, Bhagavatam is repeating with examples. What Bhagavatam is saying, Chaitanya Charitamrita will repeat. And after that we'll come to Ramayana. We'll discuss some examples from Ramayana also about determination. Right? We began with Gita Shloka. We entered Bhagavad Gita. We entered Bhagavatam. Now let's enter Chaitanya Charitamrita. In the Chaitanya Charitamrita, in the Jagannath Puri area, there is a great devotee, Sarvabhauma Bhattacharya. A great king considered Sarvabhauma Bhattacharya as his own guide, mentor, guru, teacher. So, Sarvabhauma Bhattacharya gave some, service to Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu and settled him in Jagannath Puri. Like a father, he is like affectionate towards Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. And Chaitanya Mahaprabhu went for South India Yatra. And in the South India Yatra, just in the outskirts of Jagannath Puri, Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu transformed one Brahmana who had leprosy all over his body, Vasudeva Brahmana. So he transformed him into a very handsome, beautiful young man with a healthy body. Therefore Lord Chaitanya is also called Vasudevamrita Prada. Vasudeva leper had some leprosy all over his body. Mahaprabhu embraced him and completely transformed him. We can discuss that story some other time. But hearing these stories about Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, hearing these pastimes, one king became highly impressed and inspired and attracted to Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu's personality. He felt that he must be the supreme personality of Godhead. Otherwise, who would touch a person who has leprosy? Mahaprabhu has touched. He must be the Supreme Lord. So basically, Prataparudra Maharaj developed so much devotion towards Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu and went to his mentor, Sarvabhauma Bhattacharya, and said, I want to meet Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. He actually begged for it. He requested, can I get some audience? I need Mahaprabhu's mercy. I want to meet him. Can you please arrange some meeting? He knows you. You know him so very well. Then Sarvabhauma Bhattacharya said, Mahaprabhu is in South India Yatra now. We don't know when he will come back. You wait till then. But if you want some seva, then once he comes back, I want him to stay in a place which is very peaceful, secluded, so that he will get his privacy and he can focus on his bhajan. Then immediately Prataparudra Maharaj has arranged for a place, Kashi Mishra's place. He can stay here, he said. Gambhira. Then after a couple of years, after 2 years, Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu came back from South India Yatra to Jagannath Puri. Then many things happened. But one fine day, Sarvabhauma Bhattacharya went to Lord Chaitanya and said, Mahaprabhu, there is a great king named Prataparudra Maharaj. He is very eager to meet you. He wants your darshan. He wants your mercy. Can you please shower your merciful glances upon him? But Mahaprabhu said, how can I meet a king? Nishkinchanasya bhagavad bhajanonmukhasya paramparam jigimisho bhavasagarasya sandarshinam vishayinam athayoshitam cha hanta hanta vishabhakshanatopya sadhu. He said this shloka from the scriptures. Basically, the meaning of this shloka is, how can a sannyasi meet a king who is very much involved with politics and money matters and many other things? I cannot meet a king. It's as good as taking poison. Hanta hanta vishabhakshanatopya sadhu. When a sannyasi closely associates with a materialistic person who is absorbed in so many money related matters or maintains close connection with the opposite gender, that's like eating poison, right? So we should always maintain respectful distance. from them. So this is Mahaprabhu's reply. Sarvabhauma Bhattacharya said, yes, he is a king, but he is not an ordinary king. He is a Vaishnava king. He is a great devotee king. So you should not unnecessarily doubt him. So, but still, he is a king. He may be good king or Vaishnava king, whatever you may say, but he is a king. Therefore, I cannot meet him. So Mahaprabhu is very clear about it. But Sarvabhauma Bhattacharya was repeatedly requesting him. To cut the long story short, eventually Ramananda Rai also started requesting him. Ramananda Rai said, Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, I have been working under the government of Prataparudra Maharaj. He has been giving salary for my work. But later, once I went to him and told him, I want to serve Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. I want to be in the association of Lord Chaitanya. I want to resign your job. Then Prataparudra Maharaj, although he is receiving so much seva from me, he is kind enough to relieve me from the seva, relieve me from the government service, and he also is giving me salary, even after retirement. Complete salary, not some little pension, complete salary. Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu heard it and said, still I will not meet him. Right? So although he may be speaking so many things glorious about him, but I am not inclined to meet him. Mahaprabhu, of course, internally, in the heart of his heart, he was very, very impressed. He is actually eager to meet meet Prataparudra Maharaj. But Mahaprabhu, externally, he says that, no, I cannot meet him. Because he is a king. How can I meet him? So, basically, Mahaprabhu is teaching all the renunciants in the future to come to not be very enthusiastic to associate closely with people who are too much involved with money and other things, political matters and all. But definitely for the expansion of Krishna consciousness, sometimes or many times we need support from them. So with that intention, without getting attracted or allured by their opulence, without getting affected in our bhakti because of close connections with them, we can always go and contact, as Acharyas have exemplified and given the right perspective of Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu's teachings. But at the same time, Mahaprabhu is also saying that, yes, that may happen, but this is important. You need to maintain your sannyasi purity, right? So for that, associating very closely with those who are involved in such materialistic affairs could distract you from your bhakti. Mahaprabhu is demonstrating that principle. But it's not fully applicable to Prataparudra Maharaj, considering his purity. But still Mahaprabhu is saying, no. But the main theme for our discussion here is determination. So Prataparudra Maharaj was longing to see Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, but Mahaprabhu is not giving him audience. Recommendation of Sarvabhauma Bhattacharya, who is on the level of the father of Lord Chaitanya, and Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu had so much regard for Sarvabhauma Bhattacharya. Still, Sarvabhauma Bhattacharya's recommendation did not work. And Ramananda Rai, who is extremely dear to the heart of Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, his recommendation also did not work. Ramananda Rai is such a confidential associate of Lord Chaitanya that Lord Chaitanya would sit with Ramananda Rai and discusses Radha-Krishna Tattva directly, not some philosophy, not just standing Harinam. He discusses very, very intimate pastimes of Radha and Krishna, their tattvas and their leelas. But still, even Ramananda Rai's recommendation also did not work. Ramananda Rai is saying, my dear Lord, please go and meet Prataparudra Maharaj. He is very dear to, we will bring him here. Mahaprabhu says, no, I will not meet. Then Nityananda Prabhu personally recommended. Nityananda Prabhu went to Lord Chaitanya and said, Prataparudra Maharaj is pure Vaishnava, please go and talk to him. But Mahaprabhu says, no, I cannot. So despite all these failures of big recommendation letters, Prataparudra Maharaj was extremely determined to get the mercy of Lord Chaitanya. He said, if my being a king is an obstacle for my meeting Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu and receiving his mercy, I will resign from my job. I will become a bhikshu. I will become a beggar. I will become a mendicant. Absolutely no problem. I am not attached to this throne. I am attached to the lotus feet of Lord Chaitanya. That was his determination. What's the use of my life if I cannot get a slightest trace of Lord Chaitanya's mercy? He was extremely determined. Then he wrote a letter mentioning all these things to Sarvabhauma Bhattacharya. Then Sarvabhauma Bhattacharya said, my dear Prataparudra Maharaj, because of your determination, you will definitely meet Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. 100% sure. What Sarvabhauma Bhattacharya is on the level of the spiritual master of Prataparudra Maharaj. Here spiritual master is saying that you will definitely meet the Lord. And that's the greatest blessing on the disciple. And on what basis that Guru is assuring the disciple that you will definitely get the Lord's grace? Seeing his determination levels. You are so determined and you are also detached from your position. You are not demanding Lord Chaitanya, he must give me darshan. You are requesting. You want to relinquish all your opulence and position? No, you may just hear the story, but will you actually give up? None of us are kings here. Anyone kings here? You may be king of Vrindavan, but because none of us are kings, we never had a position. We don't know what it means to give up the position of a king. Not that easy. Once you attain it, then you will understand. Say you must have attained, you must have got some privilege or some post or some position or some product. So you have purchased a new iPhone immediately, just 2 days back. Someone says, give it up. Take the cheapest Android phone possible. So, no, I cannot give up. I cannot use Android only. Or why should I give up? What's the need? Ikka vairagya. Right? So many things will pop up towards this one phone. What to speak of the position of a king? Right? Giving up that position is not a small thing. It's not giving up home or family or phone or a laptop or some favorite dress or this and that, no. Or favorite item in the plate. Right? Not like that. Giving up the position of a king, and he was ready to do that. Just to fall at the feet of Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, just to get 2 minutes darshan or personal audience of Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. To that degree he was determined. And seeing the determination of Prataparudra Maharaj, Sarvabhauma Bhattacharya said, my dear Sarvabhauma Bhattacharya, my dear Prataparudra Maharaj, you will definitely meet Lord Chaitanya. I am fully sure about it because I am seeing the determination levels, your devotion levels, your detachment levels. Let me give you some process by which we can attain the Lord. You can see the Lord. Then he said, during Jagannath Ratha Yatra, which is going to happen very soon, Lord Chaitanya will ecstatically dance. It's a long thing, but I am just keeping it short. Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu will dance ecstatically. Then the Rath, Jagannath's cart will stop near Jagannath Vallabh Gardens for some meals, lunch break. Then Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu will go to Jagannath Vallabh Gardens and he will take rest there. He will relax for some time. Then you go in the dress of an ordinary Vaishnava, normal person. Don't go with a big mukut or crown or royal clothes. Just go like a normal man and sing Gopi Gita. Jayati te adhikam janmana vraja shrayata indira shashvadadrahi. So you just sing this song, you will definitely attain the attention of Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. And Prataparudra Maharaj exactly followed this instruction. So he went. Mahaprabhu is relaxing, he is very tired because of dancing so vigorously for a long time. So as he was relaxing, Prataparudra Maharaj went and started singing this song and even started massaging the feet of Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. And when he came to the 9th shloka, Tava kathamritam tapta jivanam kavibhiriditam kalmashapaham Shravadamangalam Srimadattatam Bhuvi Grinanti Ye Bhurida Jana. As soon as he uttered this word Bhurida Jana, Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu said, you are Bhurida, you are Bhurida. Bhurida means a magnanimous soul, a compassionate soul. Who is a compassionate soul? One who spreads Krishna consciousness everywhere. He is a compassionate soul. So Mahaprabhu says Prataparudra Maharaj is the Bhurida, apparently demonstrating ignorance or unawareness of Prataparudra Maharaj's position. Mahaprabhu asked, you are Bhurida, tell me who are you? I am Bhurida. He did not say like that. Who are you, he said. He asked, Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu asked Prataparudra Maharaj, who are you? Now Prataparudra Maharaj is caught. He cannot speak a lie to Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. He is cornered. He came in the dress of an ordinary Vaishnava, right? He kept his crown aside, he kept his royal clothes aside, he kept his sword or whatever kings used to wear in those days. He kept everything aside. He came without anything, just a simple dress like a normal Vaishnava. And he's singing Gopi Gita. And Mahaprabhu is asking, who are you? Very heavy question. How should Prataparudra Maharaj respond? You should reveal the truth now. I am the king. I am Prataparudra Maharaj. Although I have sent so many recommendation letters, he always rejected the recommendation letters that I got from big celebrities like Nityananda Prabhu, Sarvabhauma Bhattacharya, Ramananda Rai. I am that same Prataparudra Maharaj whom you have rejected now. See, I got your mercy. I got to see you. You told me I am Bhurida. He is not saying all that. Prataparudra Maharaj did not tell his name. He did not tell his position as a king. He told something about him which he is convinced about. He never identified himself with the name Prataparudra. He never identified himself with the position of being a king. He always identified himself as a servant of the servant of the servant of Vaishnavas. So Prataparudra Maharaj told Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, you are asking me who am I? I am the servant of your servants, my dear Lord. That's what he said. Who are you? I am the servant of your servants. And that's what Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu sang till now in the Ratha Yatra. During the Ratha Yatra, Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu is singing loudly, Naham vipro na cha narapatir napi vaishyo na shudro Naham varni na cha grihapatir no vanastho yatirva Kintu prodyan nikhila paramananda purnamrutabdher Gopi bhartuh padakabalayor dasa dasanudasa. Mahaprabhu is saying, I am not a Brahmana, I am not a Kshatriya, I am not a Brahmachari, I am not a Sannyasi, I am not a Grahastha, I am not a Vanaprastha, I am not a Vaishya, I am not a Shudra. He is just rejected any kind of position amongst all the Varnas and all the ashrams. And who is he? Gopi bhartuh padaka balayor dasa dasa anudasa. I am the servant of the servants of the master of gopis, that is Krishna. That's the identity. And Prataparudra Maharaj completely understood this. He never identified himself with any material designation or position or name or fame or prestige, etc. He always identified himself as a servant of the Lord. That is his qualification to receive Lord's mercy. And in that mood, just few minutes back or few hours back, Prataparudra Maharaj was cleaning the floors in front of Jagannath. Mahaprabhu noticed it. Oh, Uttama Raja kare tuchha seva. This great king is doing this menial service of doing jhadu pocha. Amazing. Mahaprabhu was so impressed. Then Mahaprabhu was simultaneously dancing in multiple kirtan groups. There are multiple kirtan groups in Jagannath during the Jagannath Rath Yatra. Some close to the cart, some little away from the cart. And Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu manifested a divine leela by dancing in all the groups simultaneously. And that no one could understand. Everybody understood that Mahaprabhu is dancing in my group only. But Prataparudra Maharaj could understand that Mahaprabhu is dancing in all the groups. How did he understand? By the Lord's mercy. When we have determination in the heart, when we have devotion in the heart, when we have deeper understanding of devotional service, the whole process of bhakti, then we will be entitled for understanding deeper secrets of bhakti. We will get deeper realizations. will be exposed to higher manifestations. Prataparudra Maharaj was given this understanding. Now Mahaprabhu is embracing Prataparudra Maharaj. If Prataparudra Maharaj had said, I am the king, probably Mahaprabhu would have hesitated, probably. Maybe he must have continued his old regular mood, we don't know. But because Prataparudra Maharaj, with full conviction, he said, I am the servant of the servant. It's not a strategy. Sometimes we say, strategically we'll say, what answer impresses him? What should I say to grab his attention? Let me say that. We may not mean it. But Prataparudra Maharaj meant it. He meant what he said. Because of this devotion and sincere determination, he got the mercy of Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. In the Chaitanya Leela only, let's discuss another example. Example of determination. Very important quote. Prabhupada says, when Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu was in the South India Yatra, one Brahmana accompanied him. You know his name? Anyone? Who was the assistant of Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu during South India Yatra? Harekrishna Das. When they came somewhere in Tamil Nadu area, some place called Vethapani, there this Harekrishna Das became distracted and allured by some Bhattatharis. Some gypsy woman came and allured him, and he somehow left Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu's association and he went and joined them. And Mahaprabhu, who is supposed to receive service from Harekrishna Das, he had to serve Harekrishna Das by saving him from that Bhattatharis. See, he went to that Bhattatharis place. They attacked Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu with weapons. But Mahaprabhu, somehow by his divine mystic powers, the weapons attacked them only. And Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu caught the shikha of this Harekrishna Das and dragged him back to his company. Then he allowed Harekrishna Das to accompany him in the rest of the South India Yatra, and he came all the way to Jagannath Puri. There he told Nityananda, Jagadananda, Damodar, Mukunda, I am not responsible for this person. I am not responsible. So he left me and went somewhere else. You take care of him. I will not take care. Then somehow Nityananda Prabhu mercifully gave Harekrishna Das one service of going to Navadvip Dham and informing all the Navadvip Vasis about Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu's arrival back to Jagannath Puri from South India Yatra. A long story. But here, the main point in connection with our theme of determination is that Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu planned for another yatra after South India Yatra. You know what was that? Vrindavan Yatra. Vraja Yatra. Right? So, he was going to Vrindavan. Then Nityananda Prabhu came and all the devotees came and said, hey, you cannot go alone. You should take somebody else with you. You should take an assistant. Mahaprabhu said, last time you gave me an assistant, Harekrishna Das. He left me and I had to assist him. No, don't give me such an assistant. Give me an assistant who is sense-controlled, who is self-controlled, who is learned, who is younger, who is new. So such people I need. Then Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu is pointing out that although Harekrishna Das was fortunate enough to accompany Chaitanya Mahaprabhu in his South India trip, he lacked the determination to remain in Mahaprabhu's company. He was distracted too much. There is no determination in him. So Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu pointed out that. So in that purport, Srila Prabhupada writes, even the Supreme Personality of Godhead also cannot save someone who doesn't have determination in bhakti. The Lord says, the Lord can do anything. He is kartum, akartum, anyatha kartum, karite samartha. He can do, he can undo, he can delete, he can rewrite, he can do anything. We can press undo, Control Z or Command Z if you are using Mac. Only only for some time. Right? Once you save the document and close it and open it, oh my God, I typed it wrong. Undo, Control Z, nothing works. Right? Our Control Z works only for some limit. But Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, the Supreme Lord can do anything. But still, the Supreme Lord also cannot save someone who lacks determination in bhakti. Not that he lacks ability or not that he lacks mercy, but he doesn't want to intrude into our minute independence. The Lord is supremely independent. He has complete freedom. But because we are parts and parcels of the Lord, we also have some minute independence. And the Lord does not want to interfere with that independence. He can, but He doesn't. Why? Because we are living entities. If that little independence is not there, we are machines. We are not living entities. So a freedom, some minute independence, some ability to desire something and make a choice, that is always with us. In any condition of life. It may be restricted, it may be less or more, but it's there. It exists. So Krishna never interferes with our minute independence. So with that minute independence, if we cultivate some determination and if we are determined in the process of bhakti, Krishna will help us. But if we don't have that determination, if we are misusing that independence and getting distracted, voluntarily getting distracted, on purpose, we are choosing to get distracted and not choosing to be determined, even Krishna cannot help us. That's what Prabhupada said, right? In the purport, you can read Madhya Leela purports of Sri Chaitanya Charitamrita. So determination is such an important quality that if one is not determined, one can be distracted, even in the personal association of Lord Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. Even in the personal association, very close association of Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu also. Harekrishna Das got the privilege of accompanying Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu as a personal associate for 2 full years. In these 2 years, at least externally, Mahaprabhu was not with Nityananda Prabhu. Mahaprabhu was not with Ramananda Rai, or Sarvabhauma Bhattacharya, or Swarupdamodar Goswami, or Sachi Mata, or Advaitacharya. Many are eternal associates and close and intimate associates of Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. But Mahaprabhu chose not to be with any one of them, but gave that opportunity to be with him only to Harekrishna Das. Can you just imagine? Traveling for 2 full years, day and night, you are with Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. 2 full years. Not an ordinary privilege. Even then, one can get distracted in bhakti. Maya is very powerful. We often underestimate Maya. Maya is extremely powerful. If we don't have the determination in bhakti, even Krishna cannot save us. Even the personal association of Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu cannot save us. Intimate personal association for 2 full years, 2 into 365 days, 700 plus days, day and night you are with him and no one else is with him, by the way. No one else is there. He will go on yatra, meet 1 or 2 people, Karma Brahman, he will meet him for 1 or 2 days, he is there and then he moves ahead. But the constant companion is Harekrishna Das only. All others are coming and going, just few minutes of discussion or maybe 1 or 2 days of association. Ramananda, of course, he had spent 10 days together. Venkata Bhatta, he spent some few months during the monsoon. But 2 full years, Harekrishna Das was there every day with Lord Chaitanya, serving him. Still, he was distracted because of lack of determination. We may think Harekrishna Das is getting distracted, he got distracted. But we fail to understand Harekrishna Das is there right within my heart. Maybe I am more distracted than Harekrishna Das. In 2 years he got distracted only once. But in 1 round we get distracted 100 times. While chanting 1 round of Hare Krishna Maha Mantra, which may take 5-6 minutes, during this 108 mantras we may get distracted 100 times. At least I am speaking about myself. I don't know about you. Right? That's the condition of a struggling sadhaka. Why? Lack of determination. When there is no determination, then we can get distracted every minute. When there's determination, we will not get distracted even for 1 second. So, this is like from a broader perspective the importance of cultivating determination. But to break it down to smaller chunks of actionable advices or takeaways, we need to show determination in multiple aspects of bhakti. Determination in our shastric study, determination in chanting fixed number of rounds every day, at least 16, plus being determined to be active and attentive in those fixed number of rounds, minimum number of rounds, and determined to do our services, determined to be in the association of devotees even though there are some difficulties. Sometimes devotee association is very austere, isn't it? Sadhu Sangha becomes a great austerity for us because devotees purify us and our false ego doesn't want to get purified. We want to hold on to our false ego. We just want my way is the best way. My thought is the best thought. My emotions must be valued by the whole universe. My feelings must be given utmost importance in any meeting. Right? My proposals must be given first priority. Not proposals. My proposals must be taken as orders by all the board members. Right? We may have such expectations. Consciously or unconsciously, somewhere our false ego is crying for attention. Our ignorance is demanding for respect. We should be determined to suppress, subdue and destroy that false ego ultimately. We should be determined to stay in the association of devotees despite hundreds and thousands of inconveniences. Physical inconveniences maybe many of us can tolerate. But a discomfort for false ego, many of us fail to tolerate. Physical discomfort, okay, same kar lo. Very cold, I'll wear a shawl or jacket. Very hot, okay, we'll put AC. But very cold behavior from another Vaishnava, oh, I can't handle it. And very hot, heated up arguments, remarks, comments, feedbacks, corrections coming from other people, other devotees, oh, I can't handle it. Heat and cold physically I can handle. Heat and cold on a mental plane or egoistic plane, very difficult. Sitoshna sukha dukkheshu tatha manapa manayohu. Sita and Ushna is easy to handle, actually speaking. But sukha dukkha, quite overwhelming. But man apman, my God, devastating. Because Sita and Ushna are on a physical plane, sukha and dukkha are on a mental plane. But man and apman are egoistic plane. When our ego is hurt, we are hurt to the highest possible extent. Right? When hand is hurt and leg is hurt, it's okay, no problem. And actually we get so much sympathy and empathy and assistance from other devotees. That's a way to connect with other devotees easy. When somebody is falling sick or somebody is hospitalized, other devotees are very kind towards the devotee. Right? So, thus sickness is a comfortable situation in Vaishnava Sangha. I'll come and cook for you, don't worry. Hey, you don't bother to cook for yourself. Then we can see the warmth of devotees. Devotees are when we fall sick or when we have some kind of crisis, empathy, sympathy we'll get. But when our opinions are rejected, when our worldviews are not valued, when our proposals are not accepted, when our thoughts or ideas are outsmarted, then there is discomfort for the ego. So that becomes a great austerity in Vaishnava Sangha. Then my office colleagues are much better than these Vaishnavas. My boss is better than my mentor or counselor. Right? You may think like that. But we should be determined enough to stay in the association of devotees despite all these inconveniences for our body, mind and ego. Right? And others little neglect us, or they may not give us that emotional support. Sometimes we expect that others should hear me, they should greet me, they should take care of me, but when that care we don't get, our emotions get affected. Oh my God, he's so neglectful, this devotee, my God. I'm expecting so much from him and I'm extending myself for him, but he's not even looking at me, he's ignoring me. Emotions get affected. Right? Ego is one thing, emotions is another thing. But still, we need to be determined to stay focused in bhakti with devotees. Prabhupada writes in the second canto, I think 5th chapter, in one purport, Prabhupada writes, a devotee is not afraid to be alone. Why? A devotee is always in connection with the Lord in the heart, Paramatma. Did you ever feel loneliness? Why do we feel loneliness? Because we are not sufficiently connecting ourselves with the Lord. How can we connect ourselves with the Lord? Through the process of bhakti. When we read the purports of Srimad Bhagavatam, when we read the pastimes of Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu and other devotees in Bhagavad Gita and Chaitanya Charitamrita, then our emotions are satisfied. We are nourished. Right? And when we sincerely and humbly pray to the deities, when we take darshan of the deities, when we allow ourselves to be seen by the deities, when we shower ourselves with the merciful glances of the deities, our emotions are nourished. Otherwise, we become very weak emotionally. When we read the philosophy of Srimad Bhagavatam and Bhagavad Gita, our intelligence is nourished. Otherwise, we become very weak intellectually, philosophically. When emotions are weak, when intelligence and logic is also weak, reasoning is also weak, what will happen? We'll go back to material realm. So we need to become philosophically strong by understanding the essence of the tattva. That we should basically cultivate that deep intellectual conviction that this process is the best path. Best spiritual path is bhakti, yoga, Krishna consciousness. We should have that conviction. That conviction keeps us in bhakti. We should be determined enough to develop that conviction to stay in bhakti. Secondly, we should also nourish our emotions. Okay, philosophical conviction is there. We may not deviate from the path of bhakti. We are convinced that yes, this path is the best path, but still if we are not sufficiently emotionally nourished, then all the intellectual conviction is there, logic is there, but emotions are little weak. Then also we may stay away from devotees. But while having such deep, loving, affectionate bondings with other devotees, we should also seek that emotional support coming from the Shastra, coming from the pastimes of Bhagavatam, coming from deity worship. Yesterday we discussed so much about Vaishnava relationships. But what is the center of that Vaishnava relationships? What was our conclusion? You remember? Keeping Krishna Katha in the center. Nityam Vishnu Jana Priyaha. That's the last line. But before that, Adhyagan Mahadakhyanam. Sukadeva Goswami studied Srimad Bhagavatam and understood Srimad Bhagavatam. And he developed attraction towards the qualities of Lord Hari. Hare Guna Akshaptamadhi. That's why he became Vishnu Jana Priyaha. That's why devotees become dear to him and he became dear to devotees. The dearness between these devotees is based on Krishna Katha, Srimad Bhagavatam. If Krishna is not the center of our relationships, then we are swayed away with the material emotions. So we need to connect with the contents of the scriptures, Gita, Bhagavatam, Chaitanya Charitamrita, and become philosophically and mentally, emotionally strong. So we are seeking that emotional nourishment in these pastimes of Bhagavatam, Ambarish Maharaj. Just meditate on their emotions. Enter deep into the emotions of Kunti Maharani when she is offering prayers. Enter deep into the emotions of Dhruva Maharaj when he is offering prayers, of Prahalad Maharaj when he is offering prayers. That will emotionally nourish us. Then, even if there is some kind of emotional gap between human beings, individuals or even practicing devotees, that will not devastate you. That will not create some wound in the heart. We will continue on the path of bhakti. Right? Many people become disappointed because of lack of nice relations, and they become deviated from the bhakti, and they left bhakti because of lack of philosophical conviction or lack of such loving bondings with devotees. But whenever we have some kind of difference of opinions or some strife or this and that, then we should not get devastated. We should seek that emotional nourishment from the Shastra, right? From Bhagavatam, from Chaitanya Charitamrita. And this support is not there, then we are just superficially depending on only human relations only, without basing those human relations on Krishna Katha. Then it will become shallow. We need to cultivate loving bondings with the devotees, no doubt. And that must be based on Bhagavatam. That must be centered on Bhagavatam. So determination to stay in the association of devotees. For that again Shastra backup is important. Shastra support is very much important. We cannot complete a discussion on determination without remembering Hanumanji from Ramayana. We are saying Secrets of Bhakti in that book. In the determination chapter, I completely wrote about Hanumanji only. But a new chapter came up now. Without touching that chapter at all, I discussed many other things on determination. But okay, I think let me just take 2-3 minutes extra. Already it's 8 o'clock. And remember Hanuman. Hanumanji, with great determination, was jumping across the Lanka ocean. When he was jumping across the Lanka ocean, he saw Mainaka mountain coming up, emerging from the sea, and said, Hanuman, you have to travel a long distance, just take some rest, relax for some time. There are nice flowers and fruits on my hill, just take some rest and then you can just go ahead. Hanumanji respectfully touched Mainaka and said, I'm sorry. When the goal is yet to be achieved, and when the time available is very less and limited, I cannot take any rest. I cannot relax. I must move ahead. Thank you very much for your hospitality. Similarly, when we are doing our service, some proposals come for resting and relaxing. Are, बहुत सेवा कर लिया, आराम करो. Actually, proposals will not come from outside, they will come from inside. Nobody is feeling that we have done so much seva. We feel that we have done so much seva. We feel that we have done so much seva and we have to relax. They are saying, "Arey, कुछ किया नहीं प्रभु आप? You should do it. अभी तो शुरू हुआ." Mind says, "No, we have to relax." Of course, you should have a proper understanding of how much seva we are doing. It's on a lighter side, but don't expect that others will notice you and then they will tell you, Prabhu, you could take rest. I think it may not happen also. In iskcon. You have to take care of yourself, no doubt. But let's not enter the comfort zone or complacency zone. So let us move ahead in spreading the mission of Prabhupada, in doing some service with determination, and resting and relaxing have some role to play in our devotional life, but that must be restricted, that must be regulated. Too much of rest and too much of relaxation will only make us lazy. So Hanumanji said, okay, I just began my journey, don't worry. I don't need to rest now. Let me just jump across the ocean, you just relax. You relax. He told Mainak and moved ahead. Right? So we need to protect ourselves from such temptations and allurements. Prabhu, aapke liye kya karu main? Kuch mat karo. You don't have to do anything, let me focus on my seva. Right? Sometimes we become too tempted. When others come to help us or anything like that, we become little tempted. Taking help from devotee is not wrong. But whether it is necessary or unnecessary, that we have to decide. That discrimination we should have. And the discrimination is a product of determination. And of course, determination is also a product of discrimination. Both are interrelated. What is favorable for my bhakti, what is unfavorable for my bhakti? What is a necessity and what is a luxury? That discrimination we should have. Having that discrimination is not different from having determination. Right? We should be determined in achieving our goal, and let's not get distracted or allured by so many temptations for facilities, comforts, position, this and that. No, it's okay. My primary motive is to develop my connection with Krishna and facilitate 10 other people's connection also with Krishna as much as humanly possible, helping others also in bhakti. Then moving ahead, Hanumanji went, and on the way he saw this Surasa. Surasa opened her mouth wide and said, Hanuman, you should enter my mouth. Why should I enter your mouth? Because Brahma gave me a boon. Brahma told me, whoever comes on my way will become my food. Oh, I have to honor Brahma's boon now. But can you give me some time? I am going to Lanka. I am on a journey. I am on a yatra to Lanka. And in this yatra I have to meet Sita Devi. Then I have to go back, return, and give this good news to Lord Ramachandra. Then I will come back and enter your mouth. Please, leave me now. But she is not leaving. She opened her mouth much wider. And Hanumanji was no less. He expanded his body much bigger. Then Surasa opened her mouth much wider. 10 yojanas. Hanumanji also became very big. 10 yojanas. 20 yojanas, 20 yojanas. 30, 40, 50, 60, 60. This competition was going on. Then Hanuman realized, why am I here? To compete with Surasa? To prove myself better than Surasa in expanding my body? What am I doing here? Sometimes we are unnecessarily pulled into egoistic competitions or imaginary competitions. Hanumanji, because he is very intelligent, he realized that Surasa is tricking me into this unnecessary competition. Right? She is expanding her mouth wide, I am expanding my body wide, bigger. And my purpose is not to defeat Surasa or win this egoistic or imaginary competition that I can expand myself bigger than Surasa's mouth. That's not the purpose. My purpose is to serve Lord Ramachandra and Sita Devi. Now this unnecessary distraction is coming on my way. Let me not get tempted or allured by this. I should not get into this. So he used his intelligence and immediately became as small as a fly or a honeybee or whatever you might call.
Or ant.
Ant, very good. But ants don't fly. But thank you for that. He became as small as an insect ant and entered into the mouth of Surasa, and before she could even close, he just came out. Intelligent, right? Smart. Whenever your friends are distracting you, let's play some video games. You should say this, right? You should escape. Very intelligently you should escape from there, right? I asked her in our kids class, when your friend is asking you to play some game or showing you some YouTube video which is not good or other things, so what will you do? Then one 7-year-old boy said, I will say I have some headache and I will go from there. I asked him, do you really have headache? He said, no. Speaking lies bad, right? I asked. Sometimes we can speak lie, Prabhu, to protect ourselves. The boy is saying. Then later he had sent an SMS, Prabhu, actually we should not speak lie. My parents told me that I should never speak lie. So I will tell my friend that I am not interested in that video. I will tell him the truth. Actually your first proposal was better, I said. Another little girl, 7-8-year-old girl, he said, I will say I have to go to bathroom and escape from there. So, somebody is tempting us to do something which is harmful to us, which is not good for us. We should know the art of escaping from there. That is determination. You can explain him later. He's too small to understand all this. So anyways, so Hanumanji entered into the mouth of Surasa and immediately came out of it before even she could close. Right? Then she was so impressed. So the point here is we may get distracted not only by facilities, but we will also get distracted by unnecessary competitions. Somebody will drag us into competition. Somebody will pull us into competition. Somebody will say, Prabhu, this Prabhu has 1 million followers on Instagram. Aapka kya hai? 10,000. Something will just come up. We are not here to gain followers. We are supposed to bring followers to Krishna. Right? Somebody will say, Prabhu, they have done this service, they have done, anyways, let me not give examples, it becomes unnecessary distraction again. So, just because one devotee is doing some service in a big manner, you don't have to do the same thing. You can take inspiration from such good examples, but don't get into competition. There is a difference between taking inspiration and trying to outsmart them. Sometimes devotees also unnecessarily get into conflicts. Many years back, when we were doing some book distribution in Chopati, nowadays we hardly do book distribution, at least. I distribute what is there inside the book, not the book itself. Anyways, in those days, we used to hear a story. One book distributor is getting a lot of scores by the end of the day, distributing so many books. Another book distributor is in second rank, is getting little less. So during December marathon, people are like too much into book distribution, going to railway stations and many places and distributing and trying to call, and many things are happening. So one devotee saw that this devotee is getting too much of attention from public because of distributing too many books. I have to somehow bring his score down and push my score up at least one day in the marathon. So he went and entangled the laces of his shoes. Right? And that devotee, when he was about to go for book distribution, he found his shoe laces are completely entangled, and to untangle them, he had to spend 10-15 minutes. And the hope of the other guy who entangled his laces, so his hope is he can, in that 10 minutes, he can distribute some 10 books. Was it required? Sometimes we imagine a competition between us and them. We want to be seen more in the public. And we are determined to outsmart another devotee. Better be determined to serve the Lord and serve the Vaishnavas to the best of your ability, instead of comparing yourself with others and getting into inferiority complex or superiority complex, pride or envy. It's not worth it. So Hanumanji was pulled into this egoistic competition, but Hanumanji never gave in to that. He realized very quickly, why am I expanding my body? I am not supposed to expand my body. Actually, it's good that she is expanding her mouth so that I can enter and come out immediately. He used that fine intelligence and moved ahead. Right? Then he found Simhika on the way. He killed her, and then he moved ahead and landed on the other side shore of the ocean. Then Valmiki Ramayana says, although Hanumanji jumped across the Lanka ocean and landed on the other side, 1,000 yojanas jump, 100 yojanas jump. 1 yojana is 8 miles, means 800 miles jump, long jump. Did you ever jump? 800 miles? 8 meters did you jump? 8 feet did you jump? So 800 miles jump. But he was not at all tired or fatigued bored or exhausted. The explanation or the lesson there is, when we practice bhakti with sincerity and determination, we will not get exhausted, we will not get bored, we will not get distracted, we will not get fatigued. But when there is no determination, we get exhausted. When there is no determination in completing one task, we get exhausted. We think that, okay, by doing so much, by stressing ourselves so much, we get exhausted. No. That's a wonderful engagement. When we do that service with sincerity of purpose, with dedication, with determination, with a heartfelt desire to serve and please Guru, Krishna and Vaishnavas, we will not get exhausted. We will get enlivened. I know one devotee in Australia. Devotee said, I think one lifetime is not sufficient to serve Prabhupada. In this one lifetime, how many services can I do? Let me complete this service. And next life, I want to do more services. I have to take another birth to serve Vaishnavas, serve Prabhupada. That's the devotee. That's the intention of that devotee. There is no boredom. There is no exhaustion. So when we serve with determination and sincerity, we feel any amount of service is less only. We want to do more seva, more seva, more seva. That's the power of determination. Grathara Srimad Bhagavatam ki jai, Prabhupada ki jai.
Questions?
Any questions or comments?
Hare Krishna, Prabhuji, very nice lecture on determination. I've got 2 questions actually. Is it okay?
Yeah.
First question was...
First and last questions.
First and last question. Okay. My first question was around, you mentioned in the beginning of your lecture about ahetuki bhakti. So my question is, when we talk about surrender, so there are 6 ways of surrendering to Lord Krishna. One of the ways is to have a deep faith that Krishna will protect me. So that particular thought, is it materialistic? Because I'm looking at Krishna to protect me all the time.
Not
Is it like, does it fall into that hetuki bhakti with a motive?
No.
Why not?
Atmanikshepa karpanye. The very fact that you mentioned 6 symptoms of Saranagati. One is arakshishyati iti vishwaso. There is a vishwasa, complete faith in Krishna's protection. That doesn't put us under the realm of artha bhakti or artharthi bhakti. There's complete confidence that yes, Krishna is my protector. For example, Hiranyakashipu was attacking Prahlad Maharaj. He tried to kill Prahlad Maharaj in so many ways. But Prahlad Maharaj, he was completely confident that Krishna will protect him. Was that compromising on his ahituki and aprathyata bhakti? Not at all. So having complete faith in Krishna's ability and intention and integrity to protect us is a part of bhakti, integral part of bhakti. How can we call it any mixed bhakti? Next. Last question.
Thank you, Prabhuji. My last question is around you taking sannyasa order. So I was listening to your podcast, Prabhuji.
I am not a sannyasi.
Brahmachari, I'm sorry. Brahmachari, my bad. So my question was, when you took the Brahmacharya ashram, what were the challenges did you face, and do you feel comfortable to share a few with us? Was it an easy journey for you, taking the Brahmacharya order of life? Did you face any challenges at all?
Another podcast going on. First challenge was to convince my parents. And their tears are like rivers that were drowning me. In 2009, there was Mayapur Yatra. His Holiness Radhana Swami Maharaj took us to Mayapur Yatra, and in Mayapur Yatra, I made my parents meet Anand Vrindavan Prabhu. So he met them. My mother doesn't know English at all. My father knows English, okay, little. He cannot speak so much, but he understands if he speaks slowly. So somehow Anandavardhana Prabhu has some deep affection for brahmacharis, for everybody, but specifically he admires and he has that fatherly love and affection for brahmacharis. I specifically remember in 2010 we were getting initiated. We sat in Yajna. Anandavardhana Prabhu came down when Yajna was happening. We were sitting there. He looked at us. At least I noticed it. I don't know who noticed it, but I saw him. You know him, Anandavardhana Prabhu? You don't know him? He is a very senior grihastha in iskcon Chowpatty. Right. He was blissful. I could see that affectionate glances in his face. Genuine affection, genuine bliss, genuine happiness in his face when we were getting initiated. That was amazing. I cannot remember that glance and his happy expression, although it's like 16 years or 15 years back it happened. So anyways, he met my parents and long discussion. My mother was crying and he asked my father, Prabhu, you're a grihastha. I'm a grihastha. Is there any happiness in grihastha life? My father paused a second and said no. It's not a Veda Vakya. I just quoted a conversation happened between my father and Anandavardhana Prabhu, who is also like my father. Right? No purports are not coming out. My father said no. Then Anandavardhana Prabhu said, let him become brahmachari, what's the problem? Whenever you need him, he is there with you. But being in Mumbai, having such great education and working in such a big company, he wants to practice Krishna consciousness and chant Hare Krishna at the age of 23, 24. So, will you find anyone like that? You should feel fortunate that he has that inclination, this and that. He said many things. I was silently observing. I was only an audience there. So let him speak whatever he has to speak. Then anyways, they said okay. And then Yatra is over. I came back to Chowpatty temple. I was taking darshan of Radha Gopinath. Then Anandavardhana Prabhu was next to me, behind me. So he came behind me and just touched me and said, Prabhu, you are giving so much pain to your parents by joining Brahmacharya Ashram. If you don't take Krishna consciousness seriously, you will not be able to mitigate their pain. Their tears will affect you. So I have to take it seriously. Right. He didn't say literally their tears will affect you, but he said that if you don't take Krishna consciousness seriously, you will not be able to mitigate their pain. So that was an amazing statement for me. Simple statement, but very profound and very deep, and actually coming from deep from his realization, observation of so many devotees. So that pain we can never understand. After raising child for 20, 22, 23 years, suddenly he says, bye, I'm becoming a brahmachari, I have a different hairstyle now. It's difficult to take. So my first obstacle, what did you say?
Challenges.
Challenge. First challenge was to deal with the emotions of my parents. And I also had to deal with the emotions of my boss. He was attached to me. He wanted me to continue in the job only. He said, I don't have anyone to do such industrial level research. You are coming from a research background. You are contributing well. Within 1 year, we just published 6-7 papers. He wouldn't even give 2 minutes also to anyone, but he gave me, not give me. I never asked for it. I said, I'm resigning. He said, hey, 2 hours he was trying to convince me. Come, sit, be here only. You have a great career. We'll double your salary. So many things. Anyways, That was one. I don't know what pulled me, so somehow I was pulled into this by Krishna's magnetic power. Then other things, I had some health challenges and many other things, but it's okay. Bhagavatam protected me. And the systems of care in Govardhaniko village, and my loving friends, I have many friends in Bhakti, in the ashram, and some seniors who are caring for us, and ultimately my spiritual master's blessings, and the systems, care systems he has made, all this, they have sufficient protection, physically, emotionally, intellectually, philosophically, and even service-wise. There is some protection, lot of protection in Sadhu Sangha. All credits to the system created by Prabhupada ultimately. Hare Krishna.
Very inspiring. Thank you.
Hare Krishna.